and welcome to another pen video from me, Penultimate Dave. So I have here another pen for unboxing and review. This is a pen which is a Bexley that you can see here. It comes in this lovely felt sort of covered box. And this is a Bexley Decoband. And I will unbox this pen for you now. I would just like to say, though, that this pen is on loan to me from John at stjohnspens.com. I'd like to thank John for the loan of this pen for review. This pen will be going back to John. So if you want to buy this pen, do check out John, do message him, because this pen is for sale. So I think with that, let's open this very strong clamshell box. The first thing that you'll see here is a Bexley cleaning cloth, and then you see the pen here. So I think let's remove the pen, and we'll just remove that box out of the way, and then we'll show you the pen. So we'll zoom in a little bit here, and this is a beautiful pen. It is a Bexley Decoband. This, I'm not too sure the actual material. I think it's like a pearl grey material. I think it is a resin. It's not, I don't believe it's a celluloid, and I don't believe it's a cellulose acetate either. I will just show you the pen here. So it is a flat-topped cap that you can see here. The cap tapers only slightly down to the cap finial here. You have a silver band, or a silver colored band, I will say, and then you have this Italian roller style clip, and then you have this lovely Bexley cap band, quite ornate. It does say it's 14 karat gold. Now this is not plated. It is solid gold, 14 karat, and it's number 9 of 99 there that you can see, it's quite a beautiful cap band. There's a slight step down here to the body, and then it tapers only slightly to this ring here, and then you have effectively the end cap. If I unscrew the cap, you'll see it has quite an interesting coloured nib here. I'm just going to wipe that nib off, and you can see it's a 14 karat gold nib there, 585. It doesn't say the nib width, but that looks to be probably a medium to me. If I unscrew the body, it is just a cartridge converter, but it does have plastic threads there, so you could eyedropper that if you wanted. I'm not a great fan of eyedroppering pens, but it is something that you could do if you so wished. In terms of, can you post the cap? Yes, you can. It will post quite securely, but you can see there it makes it very long in my hand. I think it's actually a decent size really without it. Even if you were to hold on the threads here, it's still quite a size. The section here does taper down and then flutes out towards the nib and feed, just to stop you having your fingers catching on that nib and feed and becoming a little bit inky. But this is actually quite an interesting pen, and I'm just gonna smell the cap. Yeah, it doesn't smell like celluloid to me. It does smell more like a resin or a hybrid material. But I do think, though, it's actually quite nice. It does remind me a little bit of, I think it was the Omas London Smoke material that was, or London Grey material, I think it was also called. It is quite nice, though, quite captivating. But I do think it's an interesting pen. I have only seen a few Bexleys myself. I think this is the second or third that I may have reviewed. So I've not really seen many Bexleys. But this to me reminds me a little bit of the Wild Eversharp Decoband, and this obviously is called the Bexley Decoband, probably because of that, because it does look very, very similar. So I think with that, let's do a size check. We'll do a weight check. We'll do a pen comparison, and then we'll do a writing sample. So the full length of the pen, we are looking at about 135 millimeters in length. The length of the cap is 70 millimeters in length. And then we'll do a check on the length of the body there, if I can make sure it's not going to spin too much. The length of the body to the tip of the nib or tip of the tines, we're looking about 126 millimeters in length. So it's not really what I would class as an oversized pen, but it does certainly feel quite nice in my hand. It's not too long, it's not too short, it's just about right. So I think with that, let's do a weight check. The full weight of the pen, we are looking at just over 33 grams in weight. The weight of the cap, we are looking at just over 14.5 grams in weight. And the weight of the body, we are looking at just under 18.5 grams in weight. So it's actually quite a nice weight of pen. And you can actually see in the cap here that it is quite translucent, because you can see the threads here between that cap there. So it is quite a translucent material, although the body is more opaque, I would say. So I think with that, let's do a comparison with other pens. So from left to right, we have an Armando Simone Club Bologna Extra in the wild. We have a Wild Eversharp Decoband Oversize in the wild, a Wild Eversharp Decoband Oversize in the jade, a Wild Eversharp Decoband Oversize in the Positano blue, an Armando Simone Club Bologna Extra. This is a Chassis Luxuries Wild West. We have the Bexley Decoband. We have the Armando Simone Club Bologna Extra in the Black Lutrance, an Armando Simone Club Bologna Extra in the Arco Brown, an Omas Milord in the wild, and an Omas Arte Italiana Paragon Grande in the Arco Brown. So I think let's now go and do a writing sample. So this is the Bexley Decoband with solid gold trim. Solid gold, it's actually 14 cat trim. And I would say this is actually writing more like a board, but I know ASC, Bexley and that typically go with a medium nib width. And this is a 14 cat gold nib as well. The ink in here today is Diamine Earl Grey, which I do think matches the grey colour in this pen quite well. I think in terms of line variation, I would definitely say that this is putting down a Western medium. I can push it to get a broad. It's a 14 karat gold nib, so I'm not going to push it that much. But you can see the figure of 8s there. And you can also see with the vertical lines, there's no hard starts or skips there. So this is quite a well-tuned nib. It is a very buttery smooth nib, I would say. In terms of ink wetness, let's take a look. So this is quite a wet nib, and to be honest, it doesn't surprise me because Armando Simone Club or the pen family nibs typically, the Armando Simone Club or the Bexley nibs are typically very, very wet writing nibs, And so that really doesn't surprise me that much at all. So what do I like? What do I not like about this pen? It's an interesting pen. I like that it actually has solid gold trim on it. I don't think I've actually seen a pen more recently that has solid gold trim. It's normally a vermeil trim, so which is gold plated over silver, if anything. But this is quite nice. What do I dislike about the pen? It is a little bit on the small size for me. That really is down to a personal taste. I typically do prefer longer pens, more girthier pens. But the nib on this writes very smooth. Maybe a little bit too smooth. You can get some baby's bottom. You're not seeing baby's bottom here though. So I think that is writing quite nicely. But other than that, really, there isn't a lot that I dislike about this pen, other than maybe for me, it's just a little bit on the shorter side of pens. I typically like longer pens, but again, that is just a personal preference. I know a lot of people do prefer shorter pens, and I know a lot of you do as well. I do like that it's got a 14 karat gold nib, and I do like that that nib writes very, very smooth and also very, very wet, almost nearly to the point of a fire hose nib. So I'd like to thank John from stjohnspens.com for loaning me this pen for review. This pen will be going back to John very shortly, so if you want to buy this pen from John, do reach out to John. You can check him out at stjohnspens.com or St John's Pens on Instagram. John also goes to all of the UK pen shows, a lot of the European pen shows, and also now quite a few of the US pen shows. So do check John out there if you do see him at a pen show near you. So there you have it. That's my review of the Bexley Decoband with the solid gold 14 karat gold trim with a medium 14 karat gold nib. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next pen video. Bye bye.